gentlemen, this next bout is an amateur 135-pound bout. It is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Please help me in welcoming, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, Ruben Hernandez.
Third bout of the evening, featuring Ruben Hernandez, 135-pounder. Love watching you. Yeah.
Also 135-pounder.
Shocking. What a concept. Once again, we like to take a look at the tail of the tape here. Blue Core Shooting Center. Check out bluecore.com as we take a look at the tail of the tape, JR. Ruben Hernandez comes to us at 26 years of age, 5'6", 135 pounds, 0-1.
And Mr. Cortez, a little younger at 23, not quite as tall at 5'4", and 0-0 for his boxing record. He does have MMA experience, however.
Absolutely.
So not his first time getting into the squared circle and feeling what it's like to engage in combat.
As we see Ruben Hernandez coming to us by way of Genesis Training Center. Famed coach Jake Ramos in his corner. I guess you're in good hands there.
Yeah, had a chance to talk to Mr. Ramos on the way into the venue this evening, and he's really happy with the way things are going at Genesis. Very proud of all the fighters that are coming into his camp and the work they're putting in.
You know, not just the work that they're putting in, the results that they're getting. I mean, these guys are setting the world on fire in all kinds of combat sports.
And his opponent, fighting out of the Blue Core Shooting Range blue corner. Please help me in welcoming Nate Cortez.
Mr. Cortez, one of those guys you meet outside the ring and occasionally just all smiles, always happy, all the time, really engaging personality, total sweetheart. Yeah.
And then hits the switch when he comes into the cage or the ring.
Just a great young man.
Really is a great kid. And you know, he's one of those kids that we've seen him make exponential leaps and bounds in his fighting abilities. Clearly a young man that's putting in the time in the gym. He's absolutely got the desire. And we've seen Nate put on some really great performances, show a lot of toughness, show a lot of heart. That is pretty much his trademark, really, if I had to sum him up.
And I think coming in and having a focus on a single art
That's
is going
right.
to bring his game to even another level, because then he'll take that and apply it elsewhere.
And it'll be interesting to see kind of how he adopts to a longer fighter with a longer reach, and to see how he deals with that being the shorter fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amateur 135-pound bout. 3 2-minute rounds. Please help me in introducing, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, Ruben Hernandez. And his opponent, fighting out of the Blue Core Shooting Range blue corner. Please help me in welcoming Nate Cortez. And your referee for tonight's bout is Stephen Blea.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over all the rules in the back. This is his belt line. I don't want to say anything there. This is his, nothing below, nothing behind the head. Any questions? Let's touch him up. Let's take care of business. Let's go.
Longtime Colorado standout referee Stephen Blea gives the fighters some final instructions. Make sure judges, scorekeepers, timers are ready. Ron, they don't care about you and I, but that's all right because we're always ready. Here we go, round one.
We will nod regardless. And there comes Nate with the big overhand right, like we figured, JR.
Exactly what we expected. Mr. Cortez going to press forward early and often. And here in this lighter weight class, going to be able to do that for all 3 rounds should it become necessary.
And that left hook could be the key right there for Ruben Hernandez as Nate's coming in. You're going to see him drop that right hand a little bit, and that's where you're going to see Ruben Hernandez land. And there it is.
Good call, Ron.
Thank you, sir.
So you've watched a couple of fights is what you're saying.
1 or 2. These guys are throwing heavy heat right now early in this match.
In the corner of Hernandez, talked about Coach Jacob Raymond was saying, I want you stepping forward. I want you to match his aggression.
And you're watching Nate Cortez right now. Good footwork, very light on his feet. And what you're going to see is you're going to see Nate Cortez look to put his left foot in between the feet of Ruben Hernandez and fire off that big, big hook.
Keep that right hand tight. There you go, Ruben. Nicely done. Watch the headbutt.
The only thing that I see is a little bit of a standout thing in Cortez's footwork is straight line. Straight forward,
right.
Straight backward. I want to start working some angles in there.
A lot of times you'll see fighters that have a speed advantage kind of almost set up a decoy that way by staying right there in front of their opponent. And you're seeing Nate Cortez right now fire off some good combinations, and you're seeing Ruben Hernandez do a nice job of keeping his defense high.
Once Cortez gets in there, he is not afraid to let those hands go in 3 to 5 punch combinations.
And that's indicative of him regardless of where he's fighting, whether it's MMA or in boxing cages. So
10-second clacker is sounded.
both of these guys are in outstanding shape. Good first round of action right there, JR, just like we figured. I mean, this is not a surprise. Ruben Hernandez did a beautiful job of getting into the pocket, exchanging, but keeping his defense up high and tight. I like that. You're always going to see that right hand over by his chin, protecting himself from those big, hard, heavy throwing hooks of Nate Cortez. As we take a look at the blue core shooting center replay here, you're seeing both these guys measure. Nate Cortez coming over the top with the right and follows up with the left hook. Beautifully done.
Like you talked about, though, he's got to be wary of the counters. His hands
right.
are down just a little bit, but that can be all that it takes. Get a counter punch coming up over your shoulder.
And anyone can get flashed in that pocket like that and just get dazed for a brief second. And both of these guys pack a lot of power for this weight class. So curious to see how this second round shapes out. Oh, look at these guys go, baby.
Boy, talk about willing to plant your feet and throw. Do this one in a phone booth. I love it.
And they are. Now you're starting to see Nate Cortez get off that center line that you spoke of, JR.
Starting
Beautifully.
to work the angles a little bit. I think maybe his corner got in his ear somewhat.
A little bit of dominant cruise right now we're seeing out of Nate Cortez. I just want to see him keep that chin tucked down, not up.
And Hernandez, boy, just no fear in that kid's eyes.
None.
You can just tell I'm ready for anything that you have, and no matter what you touch me with, I'm firing back.
Comfortable in the pocket, and again, there's that hook that we talked about.
Hey, that hook is there all day, Ruben. Just finish inside.
And I think you guys can see, can hear on our broadcast, corner Hernandez saying that hook is there.
Beautiful, Ruben. Now bring the right hand.
And I'll tell you, one of the things that I'm seeing right now out of Ruben Hernandez is he's not throwing anything looping. Everything is except for that. He's throwing very straight right hands right down the pike, and they're landing beautifully.
Yes, finish inside. Good. Good feints. I love those feints. Deep feint. Beautiful.
I love how calm Hernandez is.
Yeah, and Cortez trying to draw Hernandez into his range, and Hernandez having none of it. Oh, beautiful work by Hernandez. Putting together, gets inside, lets his hands flow with power.
Back into the chest.
And what a gamer Nate Cortez is, boy. You tag him, and he's coming back with 2 and 3 immediately.
10-second clacker on. We might get treated to a third round.
Great fight. Beautiful body work from Hernandez. Beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful action. Man, I love boxing.
And Cortez finishing the round still very light on his feet.
Both these guys in outstanding shape. I mean, really, I'm just so impressed with them. Both these guys very, very comfortable in there. You know, we're clear-eyed out of both these guys, just taking instruction right now. As we go ahead and take a look at the replay one more time. Our Blue Core Shooting Center replay. We're seeing Hernandez just letting go of the hands.
Some of his best punches of the fight right here in this replay round.
No question, and mixing up body, head, body, head, body, head, beautifully done. And to Nate Cortez's style of fighting, he's very much a counterpuncher, and you can see that. Third and final round. Outstanding fight from both of these guys already. Can't wait to see what this third round holds.
And both of them firing off just as hard and just as fast as if it were round number one.
Shocker.
No fatigue in these guys.
And now you're starting to see the urgency right now from Nate Cortez, and he lands a beautiful 1-2 inside.
And Hernandez looking like he's ready to be a little more offensive than we've seen in some of the earlier rounds. Like you talked about him being a little bit of a counterpuncher. I think here in round 3, he's a little bit tired of waiting.
Agreed. And you're starting to see him mix his shots beautifully. He's going to that body and following up to the head, just like you're taught.
Ooh, Cortez hit him right on the hip there. Would not be the first fighter to break his hand doing that.
That's right. Oh, you're seeing some big power being thrown from both these guys right now. Excellent job of covering up inside from Hernandez, and a beautiful job of Cortez going to the body and to the head. I mean, he is really mixing up those combos very, very well.
And the one time that we saw Cortez let himself get backed into the corner round 2, he took some hard shots.
He
and
did.
It happened there again here in the third round. So Hernandez works the ropes nicely.
I'll tell you what, these guys are really, really biting down on their mouthpieces right now and throwing hard shots.
Starting to work some extra power. You can see it and we can hear it.
Oh, and a fantastic jab from Cortez and a beautiful right hand follow.
And a smile out of Cortez.
Both these guys are just tough, tough kids.
10-second clacker.
What a fantastic fight by both of these guys.
Wow, just like your corners ask for, you hear that 10-second clacker, you let your hands go.
And look
These
at
guys
that.
doing just that.
Outstanding, outstanding fight from both these young guys.
What a fun fight to watch
Beautiful,
that was.
beautiful job.
Judges gonna earn their money on this one.
Beautiful. I love the growth that I'm seeing out of Nate Cortez, and we just get a chance to see him fight so often, which is why we're bringing him up. But I love what I see out of him. And of course, Ruben Hernandez putting on just a beautiful display of technical boxing. If you want to watch somebody boxing levels, hooks to the body, straight rights to the head, you're seeing outstanding movement, head movement. You're seeing all the things that you're supposed to see in a boxing match by both these guys. And for Nate Cortez being the shorter fighter, being able to land that jab inside to set up that big right hand of his, beautifully done. Very not easy work to do. As we go ahead and take a look at the replay, JR, walk us through it.
Some of the straight punches like you were talking about, but like the corner of Hernandez said, that left hook is there for you all night.
Yes, sir.
You see Cortez bringing that right hand down. You called it earlier in round number 1. Hernandez able to take advantage of it a number of times. It was a one shot that worked really, really well for him consistently, as well as his body shots.
And considering both of these guys landed hard shots on each other, kudos to the toughness and their chins of both of these guys.
Yeah, I'll certainly say neither one of them looks very worn.
Not at all. Smiles all the way around. Speaks to the level of the coaching, speaks to the level of the seriousness and the discipline of their training, and the way that these guys come in shape allows them to take shots like that. Fantastic job from both these young fighters. Both these guys deserve a round of applause.
Dun, dun, dun.
Little strumming of a banjo. Is that a little Stevie Ray Vaughan?
I'll take your word for it.
I hope so. I love me some Stevie Ray Vaughan. Maybe not.
And we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Tyrone Short scores the bout 29-28, Cortez. Hale Hilsebeck judges the bout, or scores the bout 29-28, Hernandez. Carmen Beal scores the bout 30-27. With your winner by split decision, Nate Cortez.
So Mr. Cortez, coming out in his debut boxing match with the victory.
Great fight by both these young guys.
All right, Nate. I don't know about everyone in here, but that was a bang right there.
I come to bang, you know, I'm ready to fight whenever. You know, I'm the most active fighter for Sparta Combat League right now. I just took a fight last month, MMA fight, came off of that, bounced back, got a win in my boxing debut. Who does that?
Well, you definitely showed it tonight. Anyone in particular that you're looking at next?
I'm looking for a title shot coming this June at the Pepsi Center. Anyone that has that strap, 125, 135, I'm coming for you. Jeff Cisneros, give me that title shot.
And I'm sure there's some people you'd like to thank also.
Yes, I'd like to thank my coaches at Easton, Garen Runyon, one badass dude right here. You know, I started this journey a few months ago with him. You know, I've improved a lot in my striking game. You know, I want to thank my family and friends, my girlfriend in the crowd that's been so supportive of me through all this. You know, I lost my father a couple months ago, but you know, that adds fuel to the fire, baby. And you know, I know he's right by me every step of the way, and he's been so supportive of me. You know, he's looking down on me, watching me right now, proud. You know, I'm making him proud. I'm making everyone proud. You know, this is my dream, and I'm gonna go after it.
Well, great job tonight, everyone. Let's give it up for your will.
You know, and my hats off to Ruben Hernandez. That guy can bang, man. You know, I came for a fight, so did he. So hats off to him too.
The fight could have gone either way. Congratulations. Let's give it up for Nate Cortez.